Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. So my videos keep getting cut off because my storage is running out. So Alexa, what's the time please?
It's 8:17 a.m.
Right, so when you're on your own, it can get a tad tedious and boring, but I try and lift my spirits up. I saw my mum yesterday, she's okay, she's got the flu going in and out. I'm feeling really, really hot, probably is really, really hot. There's a gentleman going up and down the road with short grey hair and glasses. Someone has notified me that Martin Marshall has tweeted. Martin Marshall. Marshall is a common surname. There's a Darren Marshall, there's a Carl Marshall, I'm Crystal Alice Marshall. There are other Crystal Marshalls, especially in America. There's a lot of Crystal Marshalls in America. So, you know, there's a lot of Derek Trowers. If you look up Derek Trower, who was my dad, there's a few coloured American Derek Trowers on Facebook. You do find that once you become like a regular tweeter or someone on Facebook that sends a lot of messages or comments, that people copy your name. They put a different picture up, it's not you, but it's your name underneath, you know. So, when I got off the last video, I put on my Alexa and, you know, there's some great music in the 80s. I absolutely love and adore 80s music. So I've just been listening to Kraftwerk, The Model, and Right Said Fred. They were fun. He was bald, and they were good fun. I love their songs. I'm too sexy for my hat, too sexy for my hat. What do you think about that? So I've been listening to that. Then I was listening to the news and they were talking about Prince William being booed yesterday. I've got the paper. Let me just get yesterday's the Mail on Sunday, if I can. I tend to get the Mail on Sunday. So, anger as Liverpool Cup final fans boo William. Liverpool fans sparked widespread outrage yesterday for booing Prince William and the national anthem at the FA Cup final. Cheers rang out around Wembley Stadium as the Duke of Cambridge, who is president of the Football Association, was introduced to Chelsea and Liverpool players before kick-off. Fans gesticulated and made obscene hand gestures, while the solemn prince stood singing God Save the Queen. The outburst by thousands of fans was last night denounced across the political spectrum. Page 3. Booing the national anthem will not be tolerated by me or quite a few others from the city. That's what it says here. You just have to carry on, don't you? If you get booed, you just have to. I remember a while back someone throwing eggs at Charles and Camilla's car. I don't understand why they did it. I don't know why. I just people have their own reasons for doing what they do. But me personally would hold my head up high and do things another way. I certainly wouldn't do things like that. Alexa, can you put LBC Radio on, please?
LBC London from Global Player.
2 pints of essential semi-skim milk for 95p from free-range British cows. Find hundreds of products in the essential Waitrose range. Quality you'd expect at prices you wouldn't.
Selected lines of stores, subject to availability. Prices may vary in little Waitrose, Channel Islands and concessions.
Nick Ferrari at breakfast. Call 0345 6060 973.
Well, I've got 20 22 minutes after 8. Let's get some of the text, tweets and emails then coming to your calls. Khaled, you'll be the next caller. Just on the subject of that bill in Rotherhithe, the minister that appeared was clueless. It was a great policy, it will save lives. Can the government ever put up a minister or secretary of state who actually knows what they're talking about? Same subject, this comes in on that was Elliot Gardner, this embarrassing government minister, didn't seem to know any of the details about Section 60. See if we can get any more on the actual meat of the idea. No, it seems you're all just rather furious at him. Yeah, Mike Lee, that interview with the Home Office representative was cringingly embarrassing. All right, let's get your calls on instead. Khaled is in Leicester. Khaled, what about the meat of the idea? Does it have any merit to you? Do you think? Good morning.
Yeah, I think especially when the minister then we kept on doing that. Eventually, I got fed up with that. But basically, what I'm saying, there's so many things like this, you know. So they're police powers. Sometimes they use terrorism laws on everything. They can stop and search, and then they had a laugh as well at the time while I was getting my daughter to school. They were laughing at me, you know. So the thing is, the stop and search, you know, I think they have to be. You know, there's a lot of prejudice out there. We know that there's racism in every walk of life, racism, prejudice, and you know, this we have to introspect.
Khaled, I'm sorry to hear about the incident with your daughter. Please give my best to her. I'm sorry, but I'll move on because so many people want their say on this, and we're not going a million miles from where you are to Loughborough. Kate, your view. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. You're a great interviewer. I always smile when you cut them down to the chase, which is no, Minister, yes or no. And she even started her answer with so. Every single answer she started with the word so. And where would that come from? They all use the sewing club or something. But thanks very much for that. And I do agree with the policy, but I'm worried about the diffusion of it through to the lower ranks, if that's acceptable.
What worries you about how it reaches the lower ranks? Spell that out, Kay, if you would.
Well, it's basically getting the message wrong from the outset. I mean, that minister was so badly prepared. I mean, presumably it ought to be a disclaimer. By the way, I'm going to be interviewed by Nick Ferrari, so check this and double check this, please.
Well, it's very kind of you. Thanks for your kind words about the show. And have yourself a safe day and off. But let's see how the idea of the policy works now. That's what we're getting through to. Clayton says if you live in the areas which are targeted and fit the profile, the police cannot tell the difference between those who are law-abiding and the criminals. In a nutshell, all young black males are seen as criminals. If they're victims of crime and the police arrive, they pick and choose who they want to help and start asking questions or arrest them first. If you've done nothing wrong, you've nothing to worry about. All the above happened to me. Clayton, thank you for that, Kate. Thanks again for your kind words. Brendan in Hartlepool. Hello, Brendan. We spoke the back end of last week or the week before. Your view on this. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I think it's pathetic having these powers that the police have got.
Why?
The Section 6. I don't think we should have any restrictions on who they stop. They know who are the likelihood people who are going to be committing the crimes. The 30 people have been killed in London.
Yeah.
I don't know. You might know because you might have the figures in front of you. Would you think the majority of those would be coloured kids who've been killed?
It was 80% are of black or ethnic minority origin.
Right. So presumably 80% of the assailants are.
Well, we've got to be careful because a lot of that will be going before the courts. So while we can talk about the tragic victims, obviously there are ongoing situations, so we can't possibly talk about the perpetrators. But just your broader point, Brendan, that you want to make.
And that's the point is, I don't think this police should have any restrictions on who to stop. They know the likelihood of the people who would be carrying knives.
Right.
And in some areas of London, I would imagine there'll be a lot of people. Yes, okay, and your headmistress is on her son gets stopped all the
Yes,
time.
indeed, Andrea.
Unfortunate. But what happens if they stop some guy 4 times, and on the 4th time they do find he has a knife on him?
Well, yeah, well, yes, Brendan, but what happens if you stop the person 5 times and he or she still doesn't have a knife on them? Thank you for that. Apparently, Brendan used a couple of words that we would prefer to use Asian or ethnic minority, so I didn't catch it. If anybody's offended, also, obviously, we apologise for that sensitive area. Should have used language such as black, Asian, minorities, or whatever.
Alexa,
Hey.
stop. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. I want to walk Max, and I want to try and keep well. So, the telly keeps me company, the radio, and my dog. And I'll see you all later.